Oh my gosh. I think this has some child lock thing on it. Shoot. Happy Tuesday, I guess today is. How y'all doing? Y'all good? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Let me put my glasses on. Happy Tuesday, y'all. Happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I hope life has smiled on you today. I hope you're feeling good, looking good. I hope life is actually. Hey, Jamisha. Hey, how you doing? This is really good today. Listen, man. I came on here to say one thing. I came on here to say one thing. I'm doing good to Jamisha. Thank you so much. I'm doing really good. Hey, Lorraine, how you doing? Sunshine. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Good evening, Lil Mac. How you doing? Mike, what's good, brother? How you doing, man? How you doing? How you doing? Good afternoon, Marie. Let me. Why you not doing too good, Lorraine? What's going on? Somebody cheated on you, huh? Somebody lied to you. Somebody's playing games with you. Hey, teach the word. How you doing? Happy Tuesday. Good to see you. Good to see you. Why you not doing good? Too good. Hey, Angel. How you doing? Why you not doing too good? What's going on? Onika, what's good? Y'all, listen. We don't have much time to not doing. You know. Oh, somebody cheated on you. I knew it. I know it. It's not that you're not doing good. He's not doing good because he's the one cheating, right? So he's the one not doing good. You're doing good. You're doing what you're supposed to do. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I'm wonderful. Good. I'm glad. So it's not that you're not doing good. He's not doing good because he's the one who's cheating. Lisa, how you doing? Good to see you. I watched over your live yesterday, late in the evening. I have to tell you how much you changed my thinking, and in return will change my. Well, thank you. I am very honored, boss lady. Thank you. That's some. Sometimes it's so good to hear those things, because I know I'm an open thinker, and I know many of the things that I speak about is kind of different, and I put things in a different way of, that messes with your mind a little bit. But I'm glad to know that. I'm glad. I mean, I'm very honored to be told that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. She 30 years younger. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Thank you, Angel. It doesn't really matter how older she is or how young she is, whether she's older or younger. Does it make a difference that he cheated? I mean, whether she's 30 years younger, he still cheated. If she was 10 years younger, he still cheated. If she was the same age, he still cheated. So what difference does it make? Don't look into things that make your feelings get hurt. Listen, when things happen in life, don't look at things in a way that make you hurt. Look at things in a way that makes you free, right? This is something that we have to learn. Don't look at things in a way to make you hurt. You have to look at things in a way that makes you free, right? Look at things in a way that makes you free. I think a lot of times we look at specific things that affirm how bad we feel about ourselves, how insecure we feel about ourselves. Hey, Julie, right? How angry we are. We have to look at things. And this is what I do. This is what I do, and this is what I realize that I do. I look at things differently. I look at things differently. Nothing is right or nothing is wrong. Hey, Kimberly, there is nothing right, nothing wrong. What it is perspectives. If we look at perspectives differently, we have to learn. We just have to learn to look at things in a way that frees us. If you look at things in a way that hurts you, you know how long we stay hurt? We stay hurt forever. Just how my husband blocked me from this TikTok and I didn't make a big deal. He started feeling bad. Shit, people like y'all be having your partners block you and stuff. Hey Talia, how you doing? Y'all be blocking your partners on social media? That's some weird stuff. If my wife blocked me on social media, I'm done. If I block my wife on social media, I'm done. Y'all be doing a lot. Shit. I mean, like, we can't be friends online. We can sleep in the same house, but we can't be friends. We can sleep in the same bed, and I can put my thing in your thing, and we can. What? Hey, goddess, how you doing? Does long distance really work? That depends on if you want it to work. You can't listen to a random stranger online telling you something works or doesn't work, right? Hey, travel escapist, how you doing? You can't listen to random people online telling you what works and what doesn't work, right? I mean, for real, right? Mike, you know what I'm talking about? We have to learn. what you want to work, if you put in the time, it's like if people say, does starting your business really work? It depends. Who are you asking? Are you asking somebody who gave up? Hey, Shell. Are you asking somebody who, hey, Dex, what's up? Are you asking somebody who's bitter? Are you asking somebody who tried and didn't succeed? You can't ask people if something worked. You have to put the time and effort in it. And whatever you and that person want to work, it will work. Now, maybe you might think that I'm kind of a weirdo for saying it like that. But does long distance really work? If you want it to work, it works. I have never seen two people who wanted something to work that didn't work until their ego got in the way, right? Until their ego got in the way. Do you know what I mean? When your ego gets in the way, shit breaks. So does long distance work? It depends on what you want. Hey, Beatrice, how we doing? Karen, what's good? How we doing? You know, one thing I have learned is this, man. You all read my caption? My caption says, you got to forgive yourself. Hey, Tony, you got to forgive yourself for not knowing. Right? You got to forgive yourself for not knowing. You got to forgive yourself because you know why? You have to understand time is what reveals everything. And you have to forgive yourself for not knowing what time alone could have revealed, right? You have to forgive yourself for not knowing the things that only time alone could reveal. Some of you are beating yourself up for not knowing, right? What's up, Dot? Boy, I don't know how to say that word. Some of you are beating up yourself for not knowing what time didn't reveal to you yet. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. We get so involved with our feelings and stuff. We don't see nothing else. Mr. Herman, how we doing? Hey, I am Tom. How we doing? Listen. Wait, I am Tam. You only following me now? You was on my live yesterday for hours, and you only following me now, Miss I am Tam. Or you forgot to follow me yesterday when you was on my live. You're great. That's good. That's good. That's good. This compatibility, you know. Yes, that's exactly what it is, Sunshine. So listen, you thought you was. Sometimes we are so discombobulated with our feelings that we take it so personal because we didn't know, right? The sky is sober. Okay, got you. The shy is sober. Okay, got you, right? Wisdom come with time, and it's okay. That's what we gotta do, and that's why we have to forgive ourselves for not knowing until time revealed it. Some of you are very angry right now at yourself. You know, listen, I keep telling you all, one of the biggest scams is not forgiving yourself. One of the biggest scams is to not forgive yourself. It's a scam. A matter of fact, the need to forgive yourself is a scam because you really believe that you should have known better and you didn't. Even if you thought that you knew, you didn't know until you experience it for yourself. What about when you know but still keep making the same mistake? Then, Terrellyn, if you know something and keep doing this and keep doing it, then it's kind of foolish. Hey, Carrie, how are you doing? That's what you call foolish. I mean, seriously, that's what you call foolish. If you know something and you still doing it, that's foolish. Sometimes you have to be honest with yourself. Sometimes it's stupidity. Because you're not ignorant, because you know better. But sometimes it's stupidity that causes you to keep doing the same crap that you already know better from. You see what I'm saying? It's stupidity. And you know, we all have been there. But that doesn't mean that we gotta go back there again. Right? We all have been there. We all have been in that stupid angle. Good, Carrie. I'm good. I'm glad. Sometimes we just have to, man, listen, I think my taste buds has anybody experienced their taste buds getting stronger? I don't know what's going on. Hey, Chastity, I think my taste buds has grown stronger differently in the past couple weeks, man. Take yourself off the meat hook and forgive you. Yeah, man, you gotta forgive yourself, man. For real, no, for real. I think my taste buds change. I don't know what's going on. Everything tastes different. Everything tastes more. I don't know what it means. Okay, all right, Tony. But listen, man. But seriously, you gotta forgive yourself You gotta forgive yourself, man. Not too scared to chicken out taste. Listen. I'm telling you, Kimberly. I'm telling you. And yeah, got us. I have a question concerning spiritual gifted people. Okay, what's your question? You can just ask a question, right? You can just ask. You can just ask. You don't got to. Yeah, it's like you ain't got to ask me if you could ask a question. Just ask a question. Now I can. I can't answer all the questions because I don't know a lot of things, right? Things must have evolved, huh? Stuck around and off for 30. God, that's a long time, boss lady. For 30 years. You can imagine how I had to learn to forgive everything and also myself. I get it, man. I get it. You mentioned that the other day. Taste. Yeah, Jamisha. That's what happened. It's strong. It's strong as hell. When you are stuck, maybe one don't know people's traits. But I'm in saying that with time it will manifest itself. We all have different personalities, but we have the traits of individual. Listen, you know what's the thing, man? Hey Cootie, how we doing? You know what's Chesney, is that what it is? Has the Lord mighty allowed us to forgive ourselves, or is he the only judge and the only one rightful? Hey, listen, if that's what you believe, is that what are you asking me that, or are you saying that? I mean, do you really think is anything to do with God? It's about you. I think human beings just live in a way of beliefs. I think human beings just live in a belief world. It's in a world of illusions that you really think what you believe is really true, which is, hey Lucita, how you doing? I think many people, I think we live in a state of thinking that what you believe is really true because you really believe what you believe is true. I think that's why we have so many people, so many extremists, because what you believe, you really believe is really true for everyone, and sometimes it's not. I think I think we become weird because our belief system makes us think that we are on the right path, we are on the wrong path, we are on this, we are on that, and neither is true, really and truly. Like seriously, like neither is true. But today I was talking to someone. I was talking to a young lady today, and she had a hard time forgiving her father, right? She had a very hard time forgiving her father. Hey, Miss Gina, how we doing? She had a very hard time forgiving her father, and I asked her why. And what she told me is that if her father was around, she probably wouldn't have done the things that she did. And I actually wait. Somebody was gonna ask me a question earlier. Did she ask me? Adelaide. I don't know what's her name. And she said if her father was around, she probably wouldn't have experienced the things that she have experienced, or she probably wouldn't have chosen the men or the guys that she dated. And here's the thing about that, right? Sometimes the people that we experience in our lives that's not that great, as we call them bad, our fathers, our exes, remember, they also teach us. The ones who was good teaches us, as the ones who are bad teaches us. I think everything teaches us if we pay attention, right? And so even though my father wasn't, I said, well, in that case, let me tell you, my father wasn't there. I met my father once, but he taught me so much, right? People don't only teach you in their presence; they teach you in your absence. It did. Have you ever dated somebody who taught you how not to be loved again? Who taught you what type of relationship that you should not be in again? Have you ever been with somebody who taught you what not to do again? Have you ever been with somebody? Have you ever lived with somebody? Have you married somebody who taught you to be single? Yeah. And so I'm telling you, when you look at people in your life, there's always different perspectives. Life is all about perspective. Life is not black or white, it's about perspective. Which one is true? I don't know. Which one is right? I don't know. Which one is wrong? It doesn't matter. It's about perspective. If you look at something a certain way, you're going to feel a certain way. But if you change how you look at things, what you look at will change. And many times we have this idea that we're going to keep looking at something the same way all our lives and then wonder why we still have trauma. We look at things the same way from the age of 10 to the age of 50 and don't understand why we are still burdened, why we are still tired, why we are still angry, why we are still sick. Because you look at things the same. When you have different perspective, you know, I was reading this book today because this right here I read with her. See the book right here? This is like a Chinese Bible. Anyways, verse 27. This I love how the way this put it, okay? I want you all to understand what I'm about to read, right? Can a person change their perspective every minute? The more information you have, you can change your perspective. Like for instance, if I told you, if I, and I give this story before, if somebody when you was driving and you was minding your business, paying attention to your car and your destination where you were going, and somebody hit your car, right? If somebody hits your car, one thing that you're gonna learn to do is first thing first, you're gonna be angry. You're probably gonna get out of the car cussing them because now you know you're looking at your car. Your car is all dented up, right? Your car is all ugly now. But when you see that person come out of the car and they had a heart attack and their chest can't and they're on the ground and they can't breathe, I bet your perspective change about how you look at your car, about how you look at the situation, about how you look at what happened. I bet your perspective will change. Because why? You become aware that maybe it's not what you are thinking that happened. Maybe it was a different way. Maybe it was a different angle. Maybe it was a different reality, right? And sometimes you have to understand perspectives is how you look at things that frees you. Perspective is a way that look at things that makes you sick. So if you keep looking at the same thing the same way, you get sick. So perspective is a way, right? Is really a way how to actually look at things to remove your anger, to remove your, you know. So I said, listen, young lady, let me tell you about perspective. I said, because sometimes we can't forgive somebody because of our perspective. And I say, I'm going to read this book, the Do Te Ching, okay? Do Te Ching. I know it's backwards on your thing. I read from this book many times. You all probably just don't remember. This is one of the books that I keep close to me. Chapter 27 of this book, it says, what is a good person but a bad person's teacher? And what is a bad person but raw material for his teacher? If you fail to honor your teacher or fail to enjoy your student, you will become deluded no matter how smart you are. It is the secret of prime importance. Let me read it again. What is a good person but a bad person's teacher? And what is a bad person but a good person's teacher? Let's put it that way. What is a bad person but a good person teacher? Or what is a bad person but raw material for his teacher? If you fail to honor your teacher, remember, everybody is your teacher. The ones who do you wrong, the ones who do you right. The ones who are kind, the ones who are mean. The ones who are loving, the ones who weren't loving. The ones who have respect, the ones who did. You have to look at things in a different angle. And when you can look at things in a different angle, it makes you free from all those emotional crap that you create. It makes you free from all those burdens of your anger, your resentment, your bitterness. And so it's up to you to find a way how to make you not suffer anymore. It is your responsibility to not suffer. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? It is your responsibility to learn to look at things in a way. And so if you keep looking at the same thing all the damn time, you suffer. I don't know why. I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know. Maybe look at things differently and then free yourself from it and let it be what it is. Let it be what it is, but free yourself from the emotional baggage. Oh, are we at 5 below? Okay. Now, Chastity, this book is a very hard book to read. It's about 2,500 different interpretations of this book. It's like the Bible. You have about 2,500 different interpretations. So, hey, Rena, how you doing? So, some of them, you can't understand them. It's different. It's written differently. Kirk, wait, I had a question over here. Let me read this question first. Um, perspective on age gap relationship. You gotta be more specific. You gotta be more specific. Like, ask me exactly what you want to ask me. Remember, this is, I'm not really, can you be more specific in your question, if you don't mind? Because, the author is Laotzu, but he's not the author of this book, but he is the, is like, he is his book, but it's interpreted by different people. So this is it right here. Laotzu is an old Chinese book. Okay. Oh, correct. Why some men felt intimidated by a strong, independent woman who has her own business, house, car, and bank account. I don't think that makes you strong, or I don't think that makes you a strong person. I think that makes you an adult, learning how to manipulate energy to have money and a car and a house. I don't think that makes anybody strong. I don't think it's, you see, when you call yourself a strong woman, you think that's the thing that they are intimidated with, right? If I say, why are women intimidated by a strong man? Then you don't see the other parts of you that may be allowing people to say, I'm good, I'll pass. Right? Because we use that word strong and independent, and you think that's what you are. That is not what you are. There is no one who is strong and no one who is weak. There are some who are conscious and some who are unconscious. Sometimes the ones who are strong are very unconscious. The ones who are strong sometimes are very unconscious. You are just reactive to your own emotions. You are only reactive to what your parents told you. You are only reactive to what you've been doing all these years. You are only reactive to your own self. And you have to fight so much against your own self, against your own program, that you call yourself strong. But is that really strong? What is strong? What is a strong woman? What is a weak one? Right? What is a strong man? What is a weak man? There is no definition of a strong or weak woman, because both can be the same. Because both people has different weaknesses, but based on their weaknesses, is one weak and one strong still? I mean, we have to look. So when you ask those questions, why is a man, right? Why is a man? Why don't a man like or intimidated by a strong, independent woman who has his own business? I know a lot of men who have their own businesses, a bunch of men who have their own houses and their own cars, and they still suck. Have you ever met a man with his own business, his own home, his own cars, and they still suck? They're still raggedy? Anybody met those men before? Or maybe not. Have you ever met a man who has his own place, his own cars, his own money, his own job, business, and is still trash? Turns you the hell off? It's the same reason. Because there's more to it. It's a lot, right? It's a lot. Every day is a lot more to it. So if you lead with, why is a man intimidated by a strong woman, then you will not see the flaws that you carry. You will not see your condition that makes men not approach you, or what makes men leave. And that's the honest to God truth. That's what it is. So let's cut off the strong and independent part, because it don't make any difference. Nobody wants a strong, independent man or woman who is insecure, who is anxious, who is frustrated, who complains a lot, but you're strong. I mean, come on now. But I'm just saying, and I'm not talking about you specifically, because I get this question all the time. Why? Okay, like me asking, why are women intimidated by me? I'm strong, right? I'm retired. But I'm short too. I'm a short ass dude. Maybe that's why you don't like short men, right? Maybe because I wear glasses. Maybe because I don't really pay attention to certain things. Maybe because there's always different reasons. So we can't just assume it's just because you are strong and independent. That is you that is you using what you consider your strength and be a victim of your own strength. Nobody's intimidated by you because you're strong and independent. Because men, these days, ain't no man want a woman who can't do for herself. Omega, what's good, brother? How we doing, man? Good to see you. Ain't no man want no woman who can't do for herself. So that's not a question. I damn sure don't want a woman who can't stand up for herself. I'm not curious. What's up, right? How we doing, man? I'm not curious. I don't want a woman who can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's useless to me. I got kids. I need two of us. I don't need just me. Does that make sense? Thank you, Nicole. And so, no, it's not because you're independent and strong. Sometimes your mouth is rude. Your mouth is ruthless. Right? Your mouth is ruthless. Sometimes you are so used to being disrespected. Did I just get some money? So, oh, yeah. Sometimes you are so used to be getting the money. I mean, nah, not money. Lord, I just saw money come in my thingy. Sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, Kia. Listen, you all know I have this thing in my mind. Money is drawn to me, right? That's all I feel all day. Money is drawn to me. So when I'm here and I see my money come in, it sometimes it gets you. You know what I mean? Like it gets your attention because you literally see money pops up on your notification. But my bad, man. What was I saying? That thing just distracted the hell out of me. You know, hey, it's good when money distracts you, right? Hey, what's up, Clyde? How you doing, brother? How you doing? I'm too wise for anyone's BS. Maybe you are just hyper vigilant. Maybe it's not wise because everybody on BS. Maybe you are hyper vigilant. Maybe you are hyper aware. Maybe everything that you see or you hear or you feel or you think is real, right? The hyper stuff. And so you think you are too wise for everyone BS. You ain't got to be wise for anybody BS. You could just be wise, right? I mean, seriously, you can just be wise, but you're not too wise for anything, right? You're not too strong for anything. You're not too good for anything, right? So let's just, you all gotta relax. He was an Army Ranger, very mentally unstable, 59 years old man, but moody and bitchy as F. He spilled water from a cup I gave him, then it turned into a 3-hour lecture. Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. Wait, I had some questions. On the men who thought they could treat me terrible in their way. Okay, I get it. I feel you. I feel you. Hold on. Need a message. Well, good. Well, hold on. Be okay with asking for help and receiving it if they offer it. Indeed. I had a couple questions that I missed. I guess all has to do with high value men, so we fail to recognize that in this era. Man. Melita, long time to see. Hyper independence. Hey, Tramella. Is hyper independence? I get it. I definitely get it. Please talk about, Please talk about insecure men, because I don't know if I should leave mine if it's too much. Please talk about insecure men. Insecure men. What's an insecure man? You know, I think we call everything insecure, right? I think we call everybody insecure, especially because we don't even look at what we are doing. You know, sometimes, right, we're never too good because we're all still learning while living. Indeed, facts, Slide, facts. You know, I think we call people insecure because sometimes we don't know what we're doing. We don't see what we are doing. We don't see how we ignore certain people. Sometimes we don't see how we talk to people. Sometimes we don't see how extra friendly we are with other people. Sometimes we don't even realize because you look suspicious. Your behaviors are suspicious, right? And you may call your woman insecure after you cheated like 5 times. You may call your man insecure when he always hear you calling everybody your cousins and you're on the phone with them, right? And you might call him insecure. But oftentimes, people are just adapting to how you are. What's up, Nina? How you doing? Sometimes people are just adapting to how you are. And also, you have to understand this. If that's not the case, if it's not you and you have the problem because you do everything right, of course you do everything right, you have to understand sometimes people were with other people who F their minds and their brains up, who F their nervous systems up. And so you have to be okay with that because you can't just have a person, you can't just want the good. That's the problem. right? Do you know what I mean? You just can't want the good. It's like, it's like if a man takes you, he gonna take you with your kids. He gonna take you with your issues. He gonna take you with your bad. You can't just take the good. It's a package deal, man. It's a package deal. But oftentimes we never want to take people, and that's sometimes how we think. Bitter and sweet makes you insecure. Sometimes we don't even see, we don't even see the shit that we contribute to our own situations or to the relationship. We don't see that part because we've been doing it for so long that it's not a problem. I know what I'm doing, even though you think I'm cheating. I know what I'm doing. Well, maybe he or she knows what they're doing too, even though they're not cheating. But maybe it's just the way how we are. Relationship, you have to be selfless. You gotta be selfless. Somebody asked me about healing. Can I talk about healing? What is healing? Right. What do you consider healing? Some of you, we can't talk about healing because ain't much wrong with you. We make each other perfect. Yeah. No, he said, wait, let's talk about healing. A lot of times, healing is such a broad statement that ain't nothing wrong with you. Doesn't have to be perfect, but cooperation is not. Indeed, facts. I really don't get why men compete with us, women, insecure. I don't think men compete with you all. I think you all sometimes choose men who are not driven. When you choose a man who is not driven, his ego takes over, right? When you take a man who is not driven, who's not, sure of himself, hey, Golden Melanin, I think he competes with everybody. And it's not just men, women do it. Listen, can I tell you all that since you don't have girlfriends, that you don't know how bad women are? Women do the same crap men do. Do we understand that? Listen, I've been with many women. And in my past, I've had a whole bunch. And it's not that I am, I'm saying, hey, not, what do you call it? Congratulations. I've been with a whole bunch. When I tell you women are this, let me be honest with you guys. I have been with many women who tells me stuff like, well, like when we were going to be intimate, they cover their face because the way how I looked compared to the way how they looked. I have been with women in my days when I was a very fit, healthy, cut, defined, muscular beast. And the women sometimes who I was with would be so insecure of their bodies. But I'm like, hey, I already seen you. I approached you. I liked you. And they would be so insecure. They would hide, and I'm like, hey, listen, do I have permission or not? Because this seems weird. I'm not playing those games. You ain't calling the cops on me, saying that do I have consent or not? Because you hide in your face because you feel ashamed and you feel scared and insecure and you feel shy. I just don't like my body. Listen, we here now. You see what I'm saying? Like, we here now. I have been with women when I had a whole career. I had my big old house. I had about 3 cars, right? I looked like a G, right? I looked like a G. And these women were so insecure. Well, you probably don't need me anyways. You know how many women have told me that? You probably don't need me anyways because you have everything. Why? Because you are used to men who didn't have anything. You are used to men who you had to keep encouraging. You see, when you keep messing with men, right? When you keep messing with men who you have to always encourage, some of y'all won't get what I'm saying. That you always have to push. That you always have to encourage all the damn time. Thank you, young thing. When you are used to men that you have to encourage and you have to keep talking to and you have to keep nagging them and asking them the same damn thing, you think that that's all men. That is not men. That is not men. And so when you meet a man who you don't have to encourage because he don't need that stuff from you, right? When you meet a man who has his own stuff and who's independent and stand up straight, you don't know what to do. Now you become insecure. I'm telling you, so a lot of women have become insecure because you need a man that you can push because that's how you show your value. Some of you won't get it. That's what you are used to. That's how you feel your importance. That's where you got your importance from because you push him and you try and you got to nag and you got to encourage him and you got to make sure he's doing good and you got to check his phone and you got to check this and you got to this. That's not a man. And so when you come to a man like me who you ain't got to push, You become you. Do you even like me? Right? Because now your actions and your work value change. Because now you ain't got to do anything for me. You feel useless. Come on now. It works. It's both ways. It's women and men. It's not the problem. Is not just men. It's women and men. Indeed, Ashley, it's women. It's both of us has the same issue. If a man, listen, if a man is not where he want to be in life, it doesn't matter who you are, whether you are male or female, he will be insecure. Yeah, Mike. Listen, if a man, seriously, if a man is not where he want to be in life, he becomes insecure of men and women. It's not just women he's insecure of. It's anybody who's around who he thinks has what he should be having. It's not, he don't care if you're a male or female. Whether you're a girlfriend, his girlfriend or his wife, it doesn't matter. Because he feels insignificant. He feels insecure in himself. It's not about the woman that he's with. So it's not about man is competing with women. It's man is, sometimes that man is trying to find himself and he doesn't know how. He doesn't know. So I'm saying, be careful. When you meeting men, find men who are doing something in their life. Not necessarily have all the things, because some, based on where a man is in his life, his age, he's 30 years old, he's not going to have everything. Right? He's not going to have his career together. He's not going to have his finances like that. He's not going to have the house. I actually be insecure towards my female friends. I'm telling you, if you find an insecure male, it is not because of you. That's just who he is. But again, you have to understand, people come with some damage from their past relationship. Yeah, a man that has motion. Kirk, why some men want to control women when they are in relationships? Lord, have mercy. Why some men, the same reason why, listen, I know you all don't like my answers. The same reasons why, I know you are going to hate my answer because I don't want to make it sound like, but the question is why some men want to control women when they are in a relationship for the same reason why women want to control some men in a relationship. Seriously. It's because they are insecure. It's because they have been in, right? I mean, for real. It's because they have all been in relationships where they have to do certain things to feel like they are being proactive, right? They gotta check your phone. They gotta tell you don't go here because they have been cheated on, they have been disrespected, they have been abused, they have been lied to, and to control their own hurt, or to control the effect of them not being hurt, people will actually become controlled. They will control the environment so they won't feel hurt. So that they won't be hurt. Hey, Nisi, how you doing? So people learn to be controlling because they are trying to protect themselves. Now, it's both men and women that do that. I've met some women who control everything their men do. Why? Because they cannot imagine being hurt again. And so they begin to control everywhere he goes. They begin to argue about every damn thing. They begin to manipulate what he's doing, checking his phone, give me your phone. I've met those women too. And unfortunately, they are men too, but it's not a gender thing. I want to take you all from the gender thing. Right? I want to take you from the gender thing. As a man, and this is embarrassing to admit. This is very embarrassing to admit, but I'm going to admit to it. You won't know how grimy women really are because you're not grimy. But you won't know how grimy women are until you become a side dude. You won't know how grimy women are too until you become a side dude. This is not about bashing either gender. This is about reality. Captain Pops, how we doing? This is about reality. We both have issues. Hey, Miranda, we both are flawed. We both are hurt. We both lost trust. We both need help. We both are in the cycle of this abusive crap. We both are sad. I mean, for real, like nobody understands that. No, Karen, never in my life. Meaning being around men, being with men around, out and about. Okay, so somebody brought me to something. She said, Kirk, you said that you have been with men. Is that what you meant? No. If you heard that, for the ones who heard that, No, no, not I have been being with men intimately. I have been hanging out with men in the clubs and in the bars, and I've been working with men because I was in the military for 20 plus years. So I have been alongside men, right? I have been working with men. I have been stationed with men. I have been sleeping in tents for 30, 60, 90 to 100 and something days with men in a tent. And we have been talking. I have been living with men in tents for a year straight. And when I tell you I know how men are because I hear how we speak, that's what I meant. Not being with men. I haven't been, I've never been that curious in my life. I don't even touch my own arm, right? Damn, I shouldn't have done that. Oh man, I love women, man. Can you touch on the feelings of grieving your old self while being your new self? Battle of self. Man, listen, man. You know what it is? You said, can you touch? Second year. Yep, I born in November. Can you touch on grieving? I was his wife. Mary, you wish you was my wife? No. You said, can you touch on the feelings of grieving your old self while being your new self? To be honest, right? Hey, Rena, the new self and the old self, you realize there's not a new or old self, right? There is not a new or old self. It's just an evolution of your awareness. The self is the same, the awareness changes. And so the old self, you realize doing the same things that you did in their old awareness. Because there's not an old self, there's an old awareness. There is no self. The self is a construct, is an idea. The self is a thought. There is no self. You are just taking life as it is, and you are individualizing it, comparing it to what you've been through, thinking that, So the thing about grieving your old self is you realize shit had nothing that you want now. You can't have it again because you realize is irrelevant. It doesn't work. You no longer fits there, right? It's no longer something that you want to go back to because we know, even though you are the same person, but the reality, your perspective has shifted. Remember, I tell you, life is about perspective. So is healing. It's about perspectives, right? Perspective. Your perspectives have changed. If you try to go back, right? If you try to go back into that old perspective with this new perspective, this new information, this new wisdom, this new knowledge, you're gonna suffer even more. Right? It's like trying to go back with somebody that you have overcome. It doesn't work no more. It just now you want, yes, you might miss the person, but when you go back, you annoyed because you just can't do this no more. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. I don't feel comfortable. Hey, Queenie Queen, how you doing? Queenie Queen, I remember your text just the other night. You say, why am I flirting with you? But yeah, so it just, you don't fit there. And that's what happens to people too. A lot of people, we try to go back into relationship that we broke up from. You can't go back there anymore because you don't fit there no more. You feel bad for my old habits? No, them old habits didn't help you. Them old habits was just destroying you every single day. Yeah, Hiwi. Yeah, them old habits was destroying you. Why stay in a marriage where there is neglect, ignoring? Why do people stay when there is no satisfaction? Hey, Chardonnay. Because people believe in marriage. Sometimes marriage is not just good things, it's ugly. Sometimes there's a good time and a bad time. Sometimes there's a rich or for poor. Sometimes relationships is not what we think they are. Relationships is just your mirror. Sometimes we go through patches of situations and circumstances that we are so easily distracted from the peace that we seek so much that we want to destroy the old relationship instead of fixing those parts. We know we can fix those parts. You know what I mean? Yeah, we can fix those parts, but it's just people, sometimes you have to go through the hell to find the heaven. I know that sounds terrible, but it's not going to be good in the beginning sometimes. Sometimes you just, and so sometimes people stay for a while just to make sure that, is this all it's going to be? Is this all? Because when you've been with somebody for 15, 20 years, you want to make sure, is this all they're going to be? Let me go another year. So you really not going to change? Let me go another year. So you mean to tell me, you're not going to fix yourself? And then you give another year. So you telling me. And then people leave. You know what I mean? But sometimes it takes people a while. People want to be sure. Folks want to be sure, man. What about giving the person you were before you entered the current relationship that didn't work? What about grieving the person you were before you entered your current relationship that didn't work? Miranda, you might have to rephrase that one. I don't think I understand it. What about grieving the person you were before you entered the current relationship? Grieving the person that didn't work. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, that so grieving the person you were before you entered the relationship that didn't work. I thought you mean that you didn't work before you entered the relationship. Um, you know, the relationship worked. It worked. It worked perfectly fine. I mean, they all work. This shit works. Every one of them jokers work. Thank you, Diamond. Relationships work. They all work. That's why you did it. Because it was a part of you that needed it. It's a part of you that was drawn to it. It's a part of you that was attracted to it. It's a part of you that you saw in it. And it worked. It worked. It just didn't last as long as you thought that it was supposed to. But that shit worked. You saw yourself. Like you saw it. Sometimes it's not about working. If me and my wife get divorced right now, it shit worked. It worked. It worked. It works amazingly. It worked. You know, me and my ex-wife got divorced, and I think our relationship was perfect. I think it was. That shit taught me some things. And I know it sounds corny. And you probably think I'm just saying these things. It sounds corny and it sounds terrible. But me and my ex-wife, we had a perfect relationship based on what we both put in. We got out perfectly exactly what we needed. We both got out our lessons. We both have someone else. We both find the person that we actually wanted. We both found this. We both found that. It worked. It worked. It worked like a charm. You know? But I'm just saying, it worked like it works like a charm. So we can't just say what worked based on how long it lasted. Sometimes it's like good sex. Sometimes good sex lasts 2 minutes. You ever had you 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 yeah. You ever had boy? You see, I can't even say those things because you're gonna tell me I'm just talking too much nonsense. You all know it's true. I mean, you see, you all laughing because you all know it's true. You all know it's true. One day, boy, see, I don't want to tell you. Listen, by the way, I have many stories. Honeymoon is over. Yeah, I have many stories. If you all know my stories, Lord, if I tell you all my stories, it would be for days. Just me going on and on. I have some stories now. I have some 2-minute stories, some 30-second stories, some 12-second stories, 12 and a half seconds. Please do share. I can't share those stories. Y'all gonna judge me too much. And I don't want y'all to judge me because I don't want it to come back to hurt you. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know, I don't want y'all to judge me because if you judge me, you're gonna suffer. Not me, because I'm okay with it. So, but if you judge me, it's gonna hurt you. You know what I mean? So I don't want y'all to. So let me keep these stories to myself because Lord. But listen, some things went as long as they needed to go. My marriage made me love myself and learn how to start accepting people as they are. Indeed, indeed. So sometimes 2 minutes is all you need, especially when you're in a rush, especially when you're in a car or something, especially when you gotta go, especially when you gotta go to work. If they are left worse than they were, that's not working. That's demolition. Well, yeah, that's true. That is true. That is true, right? That is very true. But sometimes when you see danger, you got to get the hell out too, though. I mean, I get it. But sometimes when you see danger, you got to get the hell out. You got to get out. You know, here is what I realized, what I've learned. And I know this is not something that I probably should say right now because I don't want to, in addition to what I said, right? This is not in addition to, this is just a different part. Sometimes you have to open your eyes and look at you every minute of the day. You have to open your eyes and look at you. You have to see how you're feeling. You have to see what your mind is doing. You have to see what your nervous system is. You have to see what your belief systems are. You have to see how you have changed. You have to pay attention. You have to keep looking. You see, in relationships, the one thing that we do that we are good at is looking at the other person. We look at the other person. We look at them. We're just looking at them, right? Hey, Cicely, thank you for the gifts. We look at them jokers. My marriage taught me to look at myself. If I look at myself, she'll look at me. If she look at herself, I'll look at her too. Because when she looks at herself, She fixed herself. If she fixed herself, I'm looking at her, right? But I'm looking at me. When I look at me, I know she's looking at me because I'm putting all the work in me. But in all relationships, you have to teach the other person. Don't look at me too much. Look at you. Focus on you. Why do you think I stay home, right? Why you all think I'm staying home, right? This is why I'm staying home, right? Oh, was that good? Yes. Indeed, Miranda, can't leave. Yeah. Now that part, that's a hard thing to explain because I get it. Some people get stuck for real. Hey, Carly. Indeed, some people do get stuck. This is why I'm staying at home. I'm staying at home. I'm staying at home because I want her to look at her. That's why by the way, that's one of the reasons why I retired. Because I knew her career was starting when mine was finished. I know her career would take off because her career couldn't take off while I was in the military. Because it was about my career mostly because I was the one, man. Right? I was the one who was the head, right? I was the one who was the higher ranking. I was the one who was always late at home. I was the one who was putting in that time. I was the one who, I had to get farther and farther and farther. I was the one. And so I know I had to remove myself to get her, hey, your turn. Hunter Slice, is your wife your king? I know that's not what I said, but is this the conversation that we are having right now? Like, go somewhere else with that man. Like, seriously, like, y'all don't know how to read the room. Is he your king? If he's your king, you go bow down. Leave me alone. I'm alive. Jesus. But yeah, so I had to go do. So now I'm gonna stay home. Let me watch the kids, right? Let me make sure these raggedy ass kids are good. Let me make sure they get their snacks. Let me make sure the house is put somewhat good when you come home. Let me make sure food is cooked and prepped by the time the kids come home. And let me make sure we got food in the house, right? Let me make sure we got water. Let me make sure I prepare for the hurricanes that come. Because I gotta take, because why is do your thing. And so anyway, so let me let you look at you. Because when you look at you, you feel more confident. When you look at me, you get distracted. When I look at you, I get distracted. When I look at me, I feel more confident. But if I'm looking at me and I'm doing for me, I know for a fact you're looking at me too. Because before I met you, I was looking at me. And I was looking at me and you was looking at me because I was looking at me. Right? Before I met you, I was looking at me. And I was working on me. And that's why you saw me. Because I was working on me. So let me, after we get married, after we get in a relationship, let me keep looking at me, working on me, so you can still stare at me. And now, let me allow you to work on you, so I can still look at you and say, damn, look at that ass right there. You put in the work. Damn. Right? So that, even though it sounds really ridiculous, but that's what I'm talking about. But you also see and treat women like they are people with dreams and goals and feelings. That's the difference. Yeah. But I have to do that though, because I wasn't always like that. But this is why I want this to be our next book for the Bible, the book club. This right here. Yeah, sunshine. Hey, midnight. This is why this is gonna be our next book, The Mastery of Love. I think this is gonna be. Hey, thank you, young thing. This is gonna be our next book, The Mastery of Love. Because we need this. So this is the book that we're gonna do for the next book club. For the book club, we're gonna start this not this weekend, but next week. Hey Jesse, this right here, book club, The Mastery of Love. It's not that thick. It's an easy read. Okay, this book would open your mind to loving people the right way. Seriously, loving yourself the right way. Thank you, Jesse. Remember how you used to be and apply it to the woman's experience that's in here. Well, yeah, I get what it is. I get what you guys are saying. I understand it. But what I'm saying also, right? Here's what I'm saying. We still gotta be responsible for us. Seriously, we still gotta be responsible for us because we can't keep letting people destroy us, people take from us, people break us, right? The book club is every Saturday, right? Every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We really can't. Hey, thanks, Grace. We can't let people keep taking from us and breaking us without doing anything. We have to do something. We have to look at us. Because people are trying to, sometimes, let's be honest, like you were saying, people will try their best to distract you from yourself so that they can take away from you. but we know this. Listen, I don't say this often. I don't say this often. Thank you so much, Lila. Thank you so much. I don't say this often, right? Yes, they shit on you in the end. Listen, I don't say this often. I don't say this often. We know people out there are very shitty. And I'm assuming that we all know it. We know people are shitty. We know people will shit on you, like someone said. We know people will just F with you. We know some of them would abuse you. We know people are disrespectful as hell out there. We know people need God, whatever you call it. We know people are short, not short in height, but short in personalities, short in wisdom, short in love, right? We know, but I'm saying, this is why I only speak about us, what we need to do, not what they need to do. But I know we all been through shit too. But this is why we have to look at ourselves. We have to keep what's the word I'm looking for? We got to keep an eye on us. The eye cannot be taken away from us. Seriously. Thanks, Lomac. We have to keep our eyes on us to see when we sinking, to see when we're changing, to see when we're not doing too good. Self-awareness. Yeah. We really need to keep an eye on us we need to be like always, we are the ones that we should be looking at. Because if you take good care of you, I told this lady yesterday, I told this person yesterday, I said, you want your man to notice you? I said, you want your man to notice you, man? I said, you want to keep your husband? She said, yes. I said, you sure you want to keep your husband? Because what I'm about to tell you, it's going to be it's going to sound chaotic. You want to keep your husband? Live. You want to keep your husband? Live. What were you doing when he noticed you? You was living. You was going out. You was happy. You was doing what you love. Seriously, Clyde, you was doing what you love. You was feeling good about yourself. You was taking care of your body. You wasn't only distracted by him. Lord have mercy. See, more money stuff. Right? You wasn't just distracted by, you were not looking at him. You shift focus. And now he doesn't see you anymore. He doesn't see you. He know that, since you don't see yourself, that your value is low. Since you're not looking at yourself, your value, see, every time that you don't look at yourself and take care of yourself, your value goes down and down and down. And if you start living and he left, damn it, it was a good thing, it's a blessing. When you start to live and he leaves, that ain't yours. Because ain't no man. Listen, maybe like Miranda tells me I'm a different type of man. I don't want a woman who's not living. Because number one, she will be bored. I don't want a bored woman. One of the worst person that you can find is a bored person. One of the worst person that you can find is a bored person who don't like their own, who doesn't love their own company. I won't do it. I can't do it. I can't. This before. I'm telling you, you have to. You have to live. You have to do what you was doing. That's why I'm always here. Yeah, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing my thing. That's why I'm coaching. That's why I'm alive. That's why I make my videos. That's why I make my videos are silly. People, oh, I bet you don't have a woman. Why you assume that? Why you don't think I have a woman? Oh, I bet nobody wants you. Why not? Why won't they want me? Because you don't understand. I'm living my life. I'm doing exactly what I want to do. I'm living the way how I want to live. Because the way when I live the way how I want to live, that's how she met me. Relationships ain't supposed to change who you are. Relationship reflects who you are, and if you don't like what you are seeing, then you fix it. Relationship really show you, yeah, here you go. This is you. Who you choose, what you allow, what you keep allowing, What you keep letting him get away with, or once again keep letting she get away with, it says a lot about who you are too. For real. Hey, Rachel. My grandmother said, yeah. And so we have to be aware. So I didn't marry my wife to fix her. Shit. I want to fix her. You know what I mean? I don't want to fix her. Then who the hell did I marry? Who was I with? Why was I even there to fix it? No, I get it. Some people lie to us. I get it. Some people portrayed a person. Some people portrayed, but sometimes, even in their portrayal, we knew better. Indeed, indeed. I sure did it. The book name is The Mastery of Love, and it's by Don Miguel Ruiz. The Mastery. Here, take a screenshot. The Mastery of Love is the book name. Take a screenshot real quick. Bam, screenshot. Oh, you just ordered it? Good. I'm telling you, it's a very good book. As a matter of fact, his next book that I love. Let me show you his next book that I love. His next book. I have about five or six of his books. I like this one is my first favorite one. Oh my God. From him. The 5 Levels of Attachment. This is my first favorite one from him. But the one that I love that taught me about knowledge, it put knowledge in a perspective that I was turned on. But when I read this, where is it at? This was my favorite one of all times. But I think I lent it out or I gave it out to somebody because I don't see it. Oh yeah, it's right here. This one right here was one of my most favorite. I gotta fix my bookshelf. My bookcase. This one right here is my main one, The Voice of Knowledge. The Voice of Knowledge. Man, listen, this book right here. Yeah, this one right here. Don Miguel Ruiz is his name. This one was this one for the ones who said it was not in the middle of the screen. It's because I'm using 2 different screens. I'm using 2 different thingies. This is this one, the Mastery of Love. This one, The Voice of Knowledge, is a very great book, man. The Voice of Knowledge. But then again, maybe I just like reading because maybe I'm just bored, right? Yeah, I'm using 2 different platforms. Thanks, Miranda. Yeah, The Voice of Knowledge, very great. And one of my, actually the 4 Agreements was one of my first ones that I read from him. I think that's why I kept looking for his books. But he has great books, man. Great writer. His stuff is, man. His stuff is good. But I'm a curious soul, so I want to know things. Not know things. I want to have different perspectives. Because remember I tell you, wisdom is all about different perspective. Which one is true, which one is false is irrelevant. Which one is right or wrong is irrelevant. I like different perspective. That's how I begin to fix my healing. Hey, Jillian. When somebody asks me about healing, I begin to heal the moment I begin to choose different perspective. Right? I had to look and see my father. Why did he leave? Damn, I can't believe he left me. That mother effer, that bastard. It was his fault that I abused women, right? Self. I got that one too. The Mastery of Self. That's a great book right there. The Mastery of Self. Oh. It's somewhere here, Let me show you how much. Let me show you all how much books I got from this one dude. So that was 3 books. This one is The Actor, right? The Actor. This one is The 3 Questions, Don Miguel Ruiz. This one is Little Book of Wisdom, Don Miguel Ruiz. And this one is The 4 Agreements. I had to get this one like 3 different times. That's why they are so fresh. Because I have these ones just because I keep giving away my books. Like when you have good books, man, when you have good books, man, you give them away. Because hey, you go read this one. And so I gotta keep rebuying. You see, like these books have never been touched. because I read them and I have them on my tablet, and I still have more. I just don't feel like looking through these things the moment. They're all in ebooks. Yeah, they walk away, right? It's a good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like for real. I know my daughter's mom, not my wife, but my first daughter's mom. She was in Kuwait just last year. She was in Kuwait for 9 months, and she's like, Kirk, can you send me some books? And I went in my thingy, and I sent her some books from my. And I'm like, damn, I gotta buy these books back. I have to have the actual books. Yeah, me too. I can't do ebooks. I mean, not ebooks. I can't do audiobooks. Four Agreements is your favorite one. It leaves us feeling like we didn't matter. If our dad didn't want us, why would anyone else? Right, right. Facts, Miranda. Facts, right? Because you have learned that it comes like when we gain wisdom. So shit, fact. That is true too. That is very true. And so when I look at my father who didn't want me, oh, because my father left, because I'm the last baby, right? I'm the last baby. My father left when I was in the womb still. And so I never really, and I saw him one time when I was 16. And I grew up hearing my friends and my friends in school talk about their father, right? Talk about their father and all these things. But I realized I had to switch my perspective of him because I didn't want to hate the man because I don't know. And so I have learned to look at it differently. And so instead of hating him, I learned to appreciate if he was here, I probably would have been just like you and stayed just like you. If you was here, I probably would have stayed the man that you are, and I would have probably hate myself. If you stayed with my mom around, I probably would have been abused, right? And so I looked at it from a different angle. I'm like, you know what? I don't know what you happened. I don't know what happened in your life. And so I wish you peace. I wish you love. In my mind, I say, listen, the perspective is you taught me how to be a better father. You taught me how to be a better father. He taught me by his absence. He taught me. He taught me by knowing what I needed when I was a boy, and now I can give that to my kids. He taught me. So the things that he didn't give to me that I needed, now I give it to my kids. And so he didn't teach me any more than he didn't teach me. And so when you look at things differently, you free yourself and you don't say you need healing. Healing is a matter of perspective. Listen, I'm telling you guys this, man. Healing is a matter of perspective, but you can't just try it. You have to actually believe. You have to switch perspective. When you learn to switch perspective, what if he was there and taught you how to be? Yeah, right. Most folks don't figure it out. You're right. You're right. My pain created wisdom. I had to learn. And so now when I see my little kids, my little babies, my 3 people, my family, I'm like, yeah, that's me right there. Yeah. Yeah. Now, sometimes there's a balance. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, sometimes there's a balance because sometimes when you didn't have something for a long time, you become hyper spending, right? Because let's be honest. Some of us want to spend all our money on things because you never grew up with it. Some of us want to give all our kids all the things that they never have, so now they become broke. Some of us, and so there's a balance still that you have to find. There's a balance. It's still a balance now. Because sometimes you wasn't loved right as a child, so you become so addicted to attention. You become so attached and so, what do you call that word? Clingy. And so stuff. And so you have to find a balance. But as you tweak yourself and take your time and it comes. It comes, man. Yeah, man, for real. It really comes, but it takes time and it takes effort. Don't hate yourself. Don't force yourself. And don't rush yourself to it. Yeah, needy. Right? Don't rush yourself. Just relax. But I'm telling you, man, sometimes you have to understand the things that you do, the people that didn't love you taught you how to love. Sometimes the worst relationships inspire you that your singleness is what you need. Daily care for your spiritual hygiene. But yeah, man, but I'm just saying though, I mean, sometimes we just gotta, healing is about perspective. Yeah, it's about perspective, man. If you learn different perspective, self-evaluation daily, facts. If you learn to have different perspective, You know, when I went to Iraq, when I came back from Iraq, I was stunned, right? I was in chaos constantly. And the only way to get out of chaos was to learn different perspective. The way how I look at things, I had to shift. I had to shift. Hey, Kerry, same to you too. Have a blessed night, right? When I learned that the stuff that I went through left a permanent mark in my mind because it left a permanent mark. Yeah, I don't care who you are. When you've been to Iraq and you see them crazy stuff, it F's with you, right? It leaves a scar. Your mind is, my mind is scarred still. It's not, and the scar doesn't bother me. I've made peace with the scar. So when the things come to my mind, I don't fight it. I don't hate it. I don't force it out. I don't feel bad. I don't feel good. I just let it play over. It doesn't affect me anymore because I have made peace with it. And so when I look at things differently, because I had to look at that differently. See, when things come to your mind that you didn't like, that you experienced, you want to fight it, right? You tense up yourself, then you passing gas all day because you're so tense, right? Your body is sore, your shoulders or neck hurting, and you don't even realize that your shoulders is high, and you just, right? Your neck, your vein in your forehead just, you got headaches all the time. Your back aches, your knee aches, because why? You are tensing up. And I've realized, so look at, hey, listen, what if when these things come to mind, what if you can just, the truth is, it did happen, but the truth also is, it's not happening now. It's two parts. It did happen, and it's not happening now. See, whatever we've been through, it did happen, but it's not happening now. So it's not happening now. I remember from the person that motivates you to want to be better for yourself. You know, I don't think that's, I don't know, Miranda. I don't think that's an iffy one. Yeah, Mike, it's not happening now. I remember one day I was on a train with my wife in Korea. I was on a train with my wife in Korea, and that's the first time I realized I had issues, right? Not well, one of the first times I realized, oh shit. When the train door closed, and we was in the subway, and when the train door closed, and it was packed with a bunch of people, is when I felt like I was about to just go crazy. And I remember she was right next to me, and she looked at me. She's like, you okay? I said, no. Effed me up. And I was like, oh shit, I think I'm crazy. That's what I thought. I said, I think I just flipped. You couldn't tell. Except if you look at my eyes, you can tell my pupils change. I felt them change. I felt the change. And so in my mind, all I wanted to do was beat my head on the floor of the train so it can stop. That's what I wanted to do. In that moment, I told my wife, I said, I'm about to beat my head on the wall. She's like, no, Kirk, we're going to get off. And I paused. And I was like, oh shit. I felt, this is it. I'm about to end it. Y'all don't understand. I said, I'm about to end it. That feeling, what is happening? What just happened to me? So we got off the train, and I'm like, what the hell was that? I said, I can't go on, I can't do it again. And you know, that effed me up for a long time. And so I said, you know what, let me try again. Maybe I was tripping that day. Maybe I was tripping again. Maybe I was tripping. And I went on another train one day, and I was like, oh shit. 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 I gotta get off right now. You know, one time I almost missed a plane. We was in Poland or Lithuania or Latvia. One of those places. I think Latvia. One of them small airports in Latvia. And we had to, you see, like do you see those airports when you have to go down on the base, on the ground, and catch a bus to the plane? You can catch a bus to the plane, and the plane is over there somewhere. And I said, we gotta go on the bus? They're like, yes. I said, shit, can't go on buses. So I told my wife, I said, hey, listen, I'm gonna miss this flight. My wife is like, no, Kirk, I'll stay. Okay, we'll stay with you. I said, no. Go on your plane. Go on your flight. I'll be okay. I'm like, I'm gonna miss the flight. And I'm telling the people on the, I'm like, hey, I can't go on the bus. I can't. Because the bus is closed. And I can't open it. I said, I can't. Hey, when I tell you, you see, you all probably think I never been through these things. When I tell you I've been through these things, when I tell you I was crazy, and so, yeah, I can't be in enclosed space. I can't be in spaces where I don't have a door that I could open. I can't be in a space where I have no control in opening the door. I can't be in a space where I can see the door. I can't be in a space where I can be around. But now I found out some ways how to do it. So what triggered this? And what triggered this in the train? What triggered that in the train was me watching in Iraq, me looking at a bunch of my soldiers in those vehicles burn alive. And they was trapped. And you watch them burn alive in those vehicles. And when you watch people burn alive, and you know that they burn alive, when you know that there's 7 men in one vehicle, and the vehicle is on fire, and they can't escape, because it's a fully armored Bradley or a tank vehicle, and you see them stuck, it messes with your mind. It screws you up. And so I've seen it so many times. I've seen it so often in Iraq that it scarred me. So now I don't like closed spaces. I can't be in, let me not say I can't, because I do it. I do experience, I do it. It's just that it's not always a pleasant feeling, right? Hey, Adri, how you doing, girl? I just thought about you today. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's not a pleasant, it's an unpleasant feeling, because I know. And the thing about healing is when you have experienced some things, right? When you have experienced some things, you have to understand sometimes the things that come to your mind, you think is your intuition talking to you. Don't go on this elevator. Don't go on the elevator. But it's not your intuition, it's your memory speaking to you. And this is why you have to learn the difference between your intuition and your own thoughts. Because if not, you will miss some opportunities that you probably shouldn't miss. Support a vet that has panic. Yeah, Miss America, yeah. Hey, we're gonna come warm you up. We're gonna come warm you up. And so, what the heck was I saying? Wait, what did I say last? I totally forgot what I just said. Cage, yeah, man. That stuff. I said something. What was that? What did I just say? Yo, I forgot. Okay. Yeah. And yes. And so sometimes I remember when I used to go on elevators and my thoughts is, man, this time it's gonna stick. This time it's gonna stick. This time it's gonna stick. I'm like, that's my intuition telling me it's gonna stick. That's my intuition telling me. So let me walk. But then I realized my kids wasn't it. My wife wasn't it. It didn't get stuck. So I said, but that's not my intuition. And then the next day we go on a different elevator. I'm thinking, it's gonna stick. It didn't get stuck. So I said, well, I have to find a difference in my intuition and my thoughts. One of the hardest things to do. Yeah, one of the most difficult, and let's be real, one of the most difficult things to do is figure out when is your intuition talking from your memory or your thoughts. It is difficult because it sounds the damn same, but the fear will F with you. It will bring you in words, it will bring you words, and it will bring you repetition of words, and you think somebody's telling me something is telling me don't do it. And so I had to learn. Tell you about how I would go into flight mode when I hear I can get, oh really? Yeah, so I had to learn the difference. Hey, same to you. Hey, thank you so much. Real Rastafari. Yes, I. You feel it in your gut, which is in your second brain. And so I had to learn, man. Adrian, was good. I had to learn. I had to learn the difference. But now that I know the difference, I can go in the elevator now. I can go on a train now. I can fly in planes now because I had to learn the difference. I had to learn when is my intuition, and sometimes it's not your intuition because your intuition don't speak in words. Your intuition speaks in nudges. It speaks in frequencies and feelings and vibration. It doesn't speak in words. And so this is the difference. I think many of us, we don't know the difference. And so we become overly or hyper vigilant. Thank you, Adri. It was because my stepdad would crunch his can and it meant he was getting, got you. Going to be an argument. You know what I mean? But I have learned your intuition don't speak in words. And so when I go to the elevator, right? Thank you, Adri. Thank you, girl. When I went to the elevator and I hear those thoughts come on, I said, oh, there they go. It's just thoughts. And I just go on the elevator. But understand, it's going to be it's still annoying sometimes. Right? It's still annoying. What am I telling you is this. Don't always look for things. Don't always believe what your mind is telling you. Right? About people, about relationships, about dating, about situations, don't believe what your mind is telling you. Your mind is just feeding you shit because you fed it shit. And you know how you fed your mind shit? So we good ties, love Jamaica. Oh, I'm not Jamaican, you know. It could be trauma. But I learned that we don't have trauma. We don't have trauma. We don't have trauma. It's not trauma that we have. We use that term, we have trauma, but it's not, we don't have trauma. We don't have anything. Ain't nothing is ours, right? Because we're gonna go both sides. We don't have anything here. We don't have anything. And so if you don't have anything, you don't have trauma either. You have memories. Memories and trauma is two different things. We just don't like what we feel. And we don't like what we see and remember. And we call it trauma, which I get it. But when the memory comes, of course it's hurtful. Because, when it happened, it sucked. As you call it, a bad experience. Excuse me. So what I have learned is realizing there is no bad experience. Perspective. There is no bad experience. Remember. Did it stop triggering? I realized one thing. There is no bad experience. It's just an experience. If you call it a bad experience, you're going to always fight it. If you call it a bad experience, you're going to cause yourself to trigger. I know, right? It's because I keep talking. If you say I have trauma, you are reaffirming that you have problems. You don't have problems, you have memories. And so when I begin to make peace with my memories, I realized my memory wasn't my problem. I didn't have trauma. I'm perfectly fine. Here we all saw some things. We all did some things. We all been through some things. We all have. And just because you've been through some things, it does not mean that you had trauma. It just means that we have lived. What you want to live without seeing nothing? I had to learn that. But what you want to do? Be here and see nothing here on this beautiful planet? You know how much it is to see here? Why do you want to see only the good things? If we label it as bad or associated with harm, your body stores it. Yeah, it does. And you begin to, and based on how we stored it, is based on how you resist it. And so that's the problem, right? But we have to let things be as they are. Stop labeling things. One of the first things I learned when I started my journey of enlightenment or awakening or awareness, let me use those terms, awareness, meaning when I begin to look and pay attention, nothing supernatural or enlightenment. Because when you use the word enlightenment, people think that is a special thing that you experience. No, it's not. We all are enlightened. Every day we are enlightened. But I don't like to use those terms because it sounds like, it's like, what did you do? Nothing. You don't have to be anything to become enlightened, right? But when I started my awareness journey, when I began to think about the things that I was doing, when I began to have choices, the one thing that I started to do, one thing that I learned was to take away the idea that things are bad. I had to remove it. Right? The second thing I had to learn was that you're not here to just see the good things or the pretty things or the nice pleasures. You're here to experience all. What the hell is wrong with you? Number 3, no one is exempt from all this. Ain't nobody exempt from this. This is take some too. You take some. I take some. Don't ever wish for the wisdom. Indeed, I've learned that some of us need. Listen, we ain't not one of us didn't deserve what we had. I know we think that we didn't deserve it, but yeah, you had it. You've been through it. Why? I don't know. You don't know. It's not your business. But we just did. Why do we put the trees to what they went? You know, why do we cut those trees down just because you want a new couch or you want some paper that you're gonna waste and draw nonsense on and rip up when you get them in the mail, right? Why do we cut that tree down for that? You put them three. So don't assume that. You know how many ants you step on every day? Them ants don't want to be stepped on. Them ants running for their life, but you step on them like they're not important. Don't you step on ants? Don't you kill mosquitoes? Ain't you quick to swing on a bee? A bee come next to you outside in his place. You think, oh, we get away from me. Move, get away. Why? That's where he lives, right? You swinging. Your shoulders get out of socket because you swing. Have you ever swung at a bee or a fly and you miss, but your shoulders just got out of socket? You're like, oh shoot. Have you ever, right? For real, have you ever swung on a bee or a fly and your shoulders just, oh, snap? But we swing on those things because we think that we are not the same, that they are not the same as us, that they are not just life expressing itself as life. And so we think that we shouldn't go through these things, but you should swing at a bee for just being where he is at the same moment where you are, because if they come into your house, you mad because they're in your house. You go outside and you see them, you mad because they shouldn't be near you. Because why? You go in the ocean, you see the sharks, you mad at the sharks for being in their habitat. If you see a shark in your house, you get mad at the shark, asking the shark, why are you in my house, shark? You shouldn't be here, you should be in the water. But we think as human beings, we have the right to do all these things, but we don't think that things should happen to us. Why? Who gave us this power? And so you become too high. You know what I mean? Like, humble yourself, man. Hey, Nancy. That's why we gotta, the fourth thing I've learned being in my awareness journey is to humble myself. Humble thyself. Sit your ass down. And I say this all the time. Hey, Net, sit your ass. You're not, we all gonna take some of this pain. It's just how you carry it. And so people, I need healing, right? I need healing. You don't need healing. You need to accept that it happened to you. Accept that he left you. Accept that they didn't like you anymore, right? Accept that they didn't like you. They didn't like you. Okay, they just didn't like you. That's why they did what they did. They ghosted you. They didn't like you. Can you accept that? It's okay. But only when you have this big ass head, big ass forehead and a big ass head, you think that you can. I can't believe. Why not? They left Halle Berry. They left me. They left him. They left her. They left Jack. They left Jill. Why not you? Why do you think that is not that you are exempt from things? Why do you want to be exempt? Exemption is not good. Then you haven't lived. You haven't really lived. It's not just hard. It's not that it's hard. It's your ego is too big. It's not that it's hard. Your ego, you think too much about yourself. You are too self-occupied. You are too full of self. Like seriously, you are too full of yourself, so you think it shouldn't happen. And it's not hard, it's just nature. Everything dies. It's gonna be your turn soon. So everything gonna hurt. It's gonna be your turn soon. It's okay. You know what I realized? The next thing I realized, hey lovely, how you doing? One thing I realized when it comes to energy is always in movement. Energy goes up and energy goes down. When it goes up, you feel good, don't you? Money comes, job comes, sex comes, everything comes. You come too, when everything is going up. But as soon as it reach a peak and it start to go down, you begin to, I can't believe what's happening. What do you think is happening? This was my 5th lesson. What do you think is happening? Why should it keep going up? Why? Sometimes you go up so much that if you go up so much, your ego can't take it because you begin to disassociate from regular people. You begin to think that you are special. You begin to think that you shouldn't. You begin to even, when something happens, you can't handle it because you're too high. And so life will take you up in your vibration, and everything begin to happen. The money comes, job comes, love comes, men, women come, everything. But it has to go to a peak. And going up don't mean getting better. Going up doesn't mean getting better. Going up just means that you're going up. But you will come back down. What goes up must come back down. It has to come back down. And so when you are experiencing the downward movement, right? Hey, Renee, when you experience the downward shift, here you are. Oh my God, I can't believe. I'm mad. I'm so angry. You can't be angry. You have to slide in with it. You gotta, yeah, you gotta, right? You gotta ease yourself in it. You gotta find the best way to go with it, not fight it. Not try to stop it. You go with it. You allow yourself to go, because the downward spiral is not a bad thing. It is for you to self-reflect. It is for you to learn. It's for you to, don't fight it. If you fight it, that downward goes down even deeper. Some of you are trying to fight your downward spiral because as soon as you begin to feel that downward shift, you begin to panic. You begin to try to fight, argue with people. Because you begin to lose control because now you're going down, just like in your plane. When you're going down in a plane, you lose control. And so when you're going down in life, you lose control. Understand, this is not always about up. It's about a balance. It goes up and down. Wave moves like this. There is no waves that just stays this or just does this. There is no wave in this world that just goes down, just goes up, or just stays still. Waves will move like this. And so energy will take you up and it will take you down. It will always take you up. And so when you're going up, just be okay. Have fun. Experience it. Live. But when you go down, still live. Learn your lessons. Learn on the... Boy, you will learn so much going down because you are completely paying attention. Nobody wants to go down. And so I had to learn on my awareness journey, it's okay. Going down is a part of it. You see how simple that is? Going down is a part of it. It is a very important part of it. It is a very vital part of it. That going down movement is a very important part because now it puts you in a place where you realize, I ain't no different from anyone else. Many of you, you start to go up. You begin to be such a high person. You got to cut your friends off, cut your family off, cut this person off, cut that person off, cut this person off, cut that person off because you're too high. Then when you go back down, it's the same people that you just cut off is going to be there to pick your ass up. Everybody wants to be so high. Oh, I'm a high vibration. I'm this, I'm that. See, when you're a chosen one, when you're a high vibrational one, when you're this one, stop it. Relax. Shut your ass up. Up and down. Indeed. He said, stop talking about your saving grace. Indeed. Body, an awesome book. Thank you. We have to... when you go into a car wreck, the person who is more relaxed or who's asleep is the least hurt one. The one who is, like when you go down, you want to, and that's the ones because you're so tense that everything gets broken. Right, loving? For real. When you are so tense, when you're on your way down, when you're in the crash, you are too tense. So your tension would break your bones. Every time you hit, your bones are broken. And so the person who's the most relaxed person in the car, in the crash, is the one who usually is the one who is actually protected. When you're going down, relax yourself. Being the chosen one. Nancy, for real. When you watch those videos about being the chosen one, it puts you in a place where you think, my suffering, I know, that's why, because I'm... Nancy, when you're watching those videos about chosen ones, I've seen something on those. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying what I see. Chosen one is always a reason to suffer. It's always a reason. Right? It's always because you are chosen one, so you lose your job. You are chosen one, so nobody likes you. You are chosen one, so nobody going to respect you. You are chosen one, so that's why you lose your money. You are chosen one, that's why you broke. You are chosen one, that's why life is so tough. I saw a lady on social media saying, I'm a chosen one. And that's why God gave his hardest battles to the strongest soldiers. Really? That's what you want to tell yourself because you don't know discipline. You see, you don't know discipline. You don't know self-respect. You see, discipline and self-respect will figure it all. It will solve it all. What's good, bro? How we doing, man, Ray? Self-respect and discipline are two of the highest form of self-love. Nobody wants that, but you want to label yourself chosen one this, you special that, you a soldier this. Listen, you ain't nothing if you have no discipline. And so everybody hide behind those labels. Everybody just love hiding. Every time you suffer is because you are chosen one. Every time somebody leaves you, you are chosen one. You have about 17 kids, you are chosen one because these men come and go. I mean, we have to stop that, man. If we could remove our labels from us and just look at us, we will know more truths. Today I asked this young lady, I said, listen, young lady, I'm going to ask you why you stay with this guy. But I don't want you to put his name in it. Don't use him. Give me an explanation, but understand this. If you are the only person that exists right now on this planet, what would be your reason for doing what you are doing? Don't use him. Find you. Don't find him. Because if you find him, you're going to always stop. Like you cannot find a reason. You see, if you always say this he and he is because he, you will never find your reason. You will never find you. I said, tell me the reason. And she's young. She's a very beautiful young lady, 21 years old. Tell me the reason why you keep going back without using him. Don't mention his name. People think that, but they are chosen. It's actually consequences. Love the hustle you are doing. I provide different services. Hey, Deanna, how are you doing? Hey, Antoinette. But I said, fine, tell me the reason without you saying anything about him because it's too many times when it comes with relationships and dating and life and you are using your mother, your father, your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your uncle, your cousin. You are always using someone else. Stop using people. Only talk about you. When I learned that, that's my 6th lesson. When I learned that, seriously, when I learned that, I began to switch I began to change. It's not my wife, it's not your husband, it's not my mom, it's not my dad. You are not in my formula. Yes, you're an illusion because I have an illusion of you. Even though you might be a physical object, but it's still my illusion because I don't know you. I have an illusion of who you are. Right? Hey, from Bermuda, how are you doing? I probably do nothing. But I'm saying, I asked her, why do you keep going back? Why do you keep going back? I mean, if there was, of course, if there was nobody else, you won't go back to him. But use you as the only reason. Don't use him in it. Don't put him in it. Why do you keep going back? Don't tell me what he does because you have a choice. Don't tell me what he says because you have a choice. Don't tell me don't put him in this answer. For this answer, I don't want to hear his name. We have to start doing that. Kirk, why are you a shitty father? Don't use your father. Just use you. Tell me why you. I ain't ask you anything about your father or your mother. Tell me why you are a shitty father. When you begin to speak and you hear yourself saying, well, I choose to do this. But do you know better? I do know better. Okay. I am doing this still. Kirk, do you know better? Yes, I do. Damn, I could change that. Well, when you start using that, man. Wait, so it's me doing this. I have a choice. Listen, that means I have a choice. And it begins to F with your own head because now when I realize I cannot no longer use my mother as an excuse. I cannot use my father as an excuse because he wasn't there. I could only use me. I can't use my ex-wife as an excuse to say, why are you insecure? Right? Kirk, why are you insecure? I can't use her as an excuse. Yes, I did. My ex-wife, yes, I did. I used her as an excuse. I used her. But it was not really the reason. Because it's my mind. It's my reality. I get it. People influence us into feeling this and feeling that. I get it. We are influenced. It is still our responsibility Just because you place, excuse me, your responsibility to make on someone else to make you happy and to make you this and to make you that, it doesn't mean that you was right. It's still, we did the wrong thing. We allowed somebody to come into our minds and tell us about who we are. Whether it's your mother, your father, your sister, I get it. Sometimes we had no choice because we were young. We didn't know any better. I get it too. I understand it. Listen, we can make all the excuses. We can have all the reasons. It doesn't matter. The point is, what are you doing about it now? We can't keep making excuses. We can't keep having reasons because we can always find reasons to do what we are doing. We could always find reasons. The question is, now that you are a grown ass adult, a grown ass woman, a grown ass man, what now? You have to ask yourself that. When you can take back your power, you can take your power and fix yourself. But if you can't take back your power, you'll always be broken and blaming someone else. And so the question at my number 6 thing, my number 6 lesson when I started my awareness journey was I remove everybody and tell you why I'm the way I am. I can't keep using everybody as my reason. Man, the 7th reason, let's go into the 7th reason. The 7th thing that I had to learn, I'm usually more mad at myself than the person. Stop being mad at yourself. You didn't know any better. Stop being angry at yourself. Stop blaming yourself. Stop being so sorry for yourself. What you have to do, you have to free yourself. You didn't know better, right? You didn't know better. You did what you was in survival mode. You did what you did. Some of you did some things for $40. You did it because you had to do it. Don't feel ashamed. You did it. Life is too short. You did it. It's time to free yourself from that. I wish I didn't. You did. You have proof. Listen, I even took a video of it. I saw you do it. But stop being, remove anger from yourself and see how far you sprout up. Listen, I can't see your comments, by the way. My glasses ain't on. Remove that stuff from yourself and see how fast you grow. You know why we can't grow? Do you know why we can't grow? We can't grow because we have too much things weighing us down. We have resentment. We have anger. We have frustration. We have bitterness. We have insecurities. We have doubts. We have this. We have so much shit just weighing us down, man. It's heavy. Our spirits are heavy. It's time. You don't think it's time to release that crap? Stop pointing your fingers at people. People did. And them people that we pointing their fingers at, they don't know what they was doing. Some of them do. Some of them didn't. Some of them don't know how far they can go. Some of them was just shitty people. Some of them was hurting too. Some of them was just miserable. Some of them was just as hurt as you are now. And you keep blaming them like it makes a difference. It doesn't make a difference. It really doesn't. But if you want to be free, it's up to you. But perspectives will free you. Perspectives will free you. Some of you, one of my first rule of healing is that some of you don't need to heal. Some of you ain't nothing wrong with you. You just don't like your memories. You just don't like the way how you remember things. And you refuse to shift it. You just don't like it. Because every time it comes to your mind, you have to feel sorry for yourself again. You have to feel, cut that shit out. It's okay. We all have experienced some ridiculous stuff. And it's time, we all have. I have, you have. And even though we experience different things, right? It doesn't mean that one was more than the next, one was worse than the next. Some things I just don't want. I'm happy that I didn't experience certain things, like being physically abused in certain ways. I'm very happy that I didn't have to, because I know that's right there is something that I didn't. Man, I think that's why I take care of my girls and my boys so much. That's why I'm always, what I'm saying? I don't want them to go into that certain things because I really don't, man, that's a hard thing to come back from. And I know it. Like, for real. Don't like the reality of a situation. But that is true too. Then it's easier than taking accountability. Facts. I am going to stop feeling sorry for myself and love. Yeah! Listen, feeling sorry for yourself don't hurt. Hey, Soul Glow, how you doing? Feeling sorry for yourself it don't help. What about the trauma bonding? Man, trauma bonding is what people do because it's the easiest thing. Trauma bonding is what we do because it's the easiest thing. Hold a conversation with me. Peace and harmony. I have never seen you in my life before. I've never seen you in my life before. And you don't even follow me. I don't know what you want to tell me. I didn't think you worked so hard, like protecting your kids, and learn it was your house the entire time. That's rough. Tell you nothing. Hold up. No, peace. I'm good. I'm good. I'll pass. I'll pass. I'm passing that one. But you know, that trauma bonding stuff, man, is the easiest way to bond. It's trauma. The easiest way to bond is trauma. Because it's natural. Because we can get along better. You know, that's why people trauma bond. Because we can get along better. We can get along easier. It's a natural feeling. We don't have to try hard. It just flows. It flows so peacefully. You have trauma. I have trauma. It's both, it's both fresh. And we can talk about it. And I can feel sorry for you. You can feel sorry for me. I can feel bad for you. I understand what you're being through. You understand what I've been through. And it's a lot easier to have, that type of conversation. And so we build friendship based on trauma. And I think that's the way how, but just because we trauma bond doesn't mean that we are good together. Because when them trauma comes out, it's hell. The problem with folks is no emotional regulation. I agree. Sounds like nursing school all over. Yet you are telling people to have self-love. Brother, if you don't want, listen. Okay, I'll take it. But thank you though. I appreciate you. Just because I didn't want to have a conversation with you, I'm a hypocrite. Lord, have mercy. But anyways, but seriously, man. Listen, I don't want nobody up here that I've never seen in my life. I just don't. Listen, you don't get to come in somebody's life for the first time and just come up and think that you can just come in people's life. You all just, like, you all think that you all have the right to just do anything, huh? Like, how do you all feel so entitled to people's lives? You know what I mean? Like, this is my first time seeing you. I don't know what you want to talk. One day I put somebody on my live. I brought somebody up, right? I brought somebody up. And you know when I brought them up? Never saw them before, never spoke to them. You know what he was doing? He was masturbating on my live. His stuff was out. I was like, oh, shoot. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want to do. I don't know who you are. I was so, like, I was hurt too, man. I was like, damn, you got me. Y'all remember that? Thank you, Shannon. Thank you so much. Hey, Tarsha, Vet, how you doing? Yeah, they had their legs wide open. Their stuff, their pee-pee was standing up straight and just in. I was like, what is wrong with you all, man? But you can't just come to somebody's live and expect to be brought up. I mean, my gosh. Which is how his view on love is the same. I'm Rinse. That is an oxytocin overdose. Wait, you know that person, Miranda? Yeah, man, everyone's entitled. But I gotta go though. Oh, you know who he is? I have to go though. I have to go pick up my little ones from school. All right. Listen, every day from school, I got something from this kid's school, man. I got to go to band rehearsal, band meeting, my kid have this concert in school, then my son have one, then my daughter have one, and then I have to go Cub Scout, I have to go track and field. Oh my gosh, boy. Having kids at this age, young kids, Lord, I don't know who made me do it. I don't know why I was humping people at this age to make kids. I don't know why I did it. I was 30 something years old, still humping. And now I got young kids that I have to just be, I can't retire in peace. I have to always cook. I have to always cook. I have to always this. I have to always that. I have to always this. I have to go to school. I have to go to this rehearsal. I gotta pick them up from this. Man, who made me do this? His voice song, I'll explain. No, you ain't got to explain. If your song's harsh and stuff, sometimes I don't have that type of. Sometimes I can pick up certain vibration, man. I don't really want them people in my life because they want to prove a point. I don't really, he can do that on his own platform. You know what I'm saying? Like when you come to people's platform, you have to be, when you come to people's platforms, you have to be humble, man. Like you just can't come on here demanding stuff like you entitled to somebody's stuff. Like you have to relax, relax. And here's the thing, right? Do I like it? I wouldn't say I like it, but I do it. Thank you, boss lady. Said I'm not having kids. I need man. Listen, but I ain't gonna lie though. I do love my kids. I just. Can I be honest? Y'all want me to be honest? Jesus Christ. 10 at the end. Yes, Mike. Exactly. Man, to be honest though, I could be honest, but my honesty might sound a little bit terrible. Whew. Them kids drive me crazy, man, at this age. They drive me crazy, but I love them to death though. I think my kids taught me love for real. I think when I look at my kids, I can experience love that I've never had in my life. Like seriously. I think when I look at my kids, I could experience love fully. And it helped me to experience love within myself because when I look at them, I could experience you know the thing about kids though? Yeah, Chardonnay. You know the thing about kids that we don't realize that we overlook? When you look at your kids, man, especially when they're having a good day, especially when everything is going good, right? It's hard work, especially when they're smiling. I mean, especially when they're being nice, right? Especially when they're being nice. On the good days. When you look at them, and you can feel your heart just ta-tum, 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 ta-tum. I don't know. I think I blocked them. I don't know. I don't even know. When I experience them, I feel the love inside of me, right? Because it's in me where I experience it at. When I experience it within me, I feel so much better. But I know it's not them that's doing it, it's me. But I'm like, it gives you an idea of the love that you have within you to give to them badass kids. And so that's why so I use them for that reason too. Because it's you that you experience the love in, right? You experience the love within you. So they don't know they have no idea what you're feeling because they ain't paying attention. They're on their tablets, they're on their phone, they're not looking at you. They don't care. Because these kids don't care. These kids want candies and mac and cheese, right? And some chicken on the side. That's all they want. And so when I look at them, they have no idea what I'm feeling, but I know what I'm feeling. And I love the feeling because my thoughts are calm, my body is calm, my mind is calm, I'm in the frequency of love, my body feels good. So I'm like, yeah, I'm using your ass right now too. I'm using you just like how you're using me, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm using me just like how I'm using you just like how you using me. I remember that feeling. That's what I meant when I say it's other people that motivates us. Yeah. I use the hell out of them jokers. Especially my little, but she's just bad. But my little one, the shortest one, oh. Wait for spring. You can't wait for spring? How do some men abandon their kids? Man, I don't get it neither, man. My father did, but I don't know how to do it. The parents don't. People. You know what? Love inspiration zone. People say I don't think anybody I don't think people love. Somebody said to me before, only God. He said only God can love unconditionally. That's not true. You don't even know God. Have you even seen God love? Just because somebody told you that in the Bible, how do you know it's true? But have you ever seen you love your kids? Have you ever seen somebody love the hell out of their kids, man? I know I do. And when I tell you it's unconditionally, because no matter what they do, they might annoy me. But even, have you ever been annoyed and in love at the same time? Even though they annoy the hell out of me, boy, I still love them to death or to life. So people, only God can love. How? You don't have kids, do you? You know what I mean? For real. And they're grown. Listen, the only guy can love unconditionally. Really? Well, do you even be, is love really real? Do you don't love your pet? You don't love your mom? You don't love your dad? You don't love your kids? Well, yes, but then it's real. It's real. If you could love your kids, then love is real. If you love your father, then love is real. If you love your sister, then love is real. If you love your husband or wife, it is real because you do you love candy? Oh, I love Cheetos, hot Cheetos. Then love is real. Then, I mean, we use it. Adults love with conditions. You mean you loving your kid? Do you only love your kids with conditions? Do you only love your kids because you an adult? Do you only love your kids with condition? Because you just said, right? You just said adults love with condition. Do you only love your kids with condition because you're an adult? I think that's a good question. Sometimes you don't like their ways, but you love. Yeah. About to make dinner. All right, Nancy, you make a Nancy. What are you about to make, Nancy? Hey, Michelle, how you doing? Hey, Tiffany, how you doing? But no, but that's not true. That's not true. Because if we can love kids unconditionally, we can love adults the same way. It's just sometimes we just afraid to get. I think people are afraid to get hurt, so people put a block to it. Yeah, I know. Them children, them children. Lord have mercy, boy. Don't let pick up them children. I know, right? Children are our purest form. Got it. You know, man, I see what you're saying. But I think there are people who are not afraid to get hurt. When you have mastered the fear of being hurt, you can love unconditionally. It's just that people haven't mastered the fear of being hurt. What if they cheat? Right? What if they lie? Right? You lost your Instagram, Tiffany? Tiffany, I haven't seen you in a long time here. But seriously, I mean, think about it. Thanks for the gift. Think about it. If you have mastered the part of not being hurt, you will see that you love unconditionally. It's just we're so afraid. What if I love them and he cheats? See, that stuff would make you. It would just bring more pain. It brings more pain. People have the definition of love wrong. It's how we treat them, not how we feel about them. Indeed, Raj B, long time no see. Where you been? Hey, Box, how you doing? Something I do still, even, and that's something I do still love. Even I'm telling you. I liked a guy and I made the mistake of being intimate before commitment. And since then, every time I ask him when are we gonna do on another date or just hang out together, and he always say, I don't know. Yeah, because he's not interested. Listen, sometimes it's not all the time, but if you give it to a man, listen, if you give your little vagina to a man too early, especially a man who never. Let me be honest with you. Let me be honest with you, okay? Can I be honest with you? Let me be honest before I go, because I'm about to go. I mean, I'm not late, but I'm about to go. I have to go soon. I'm not late. Here's the truth. And this is going to sound very, very weird, and you're probably not going to believe me. If I slept with you on the first date, and I liked you before that, let's say I like you, if I slept with you and like you, I'm going to stick around. If after 6 weeks I sleep with you and I like you, I'm going to stick around. That's it. I'm going to stick around. You see, when somebody really wants you, they're going to stick around. Sex only sweetens the deal. Sex only sweetens the damn deal. Oh, that feels good. I put my dip inside your dip. When I dip, you dip. Right? But here's the problem: when they never wanted you to begin with. They just wanted to dip their stick. Doesn't matter how long they were talking to you. It doesn't matter how long you wait. It doesn't matter how long you stayed away. It doesn't matter when you gave it to them. It's not too soon because you are two adults, consenting adults. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter, you know. But if I like you, I ain't going nowhere regardless. I have done some one night stands and maybe not. I don't remember. Actually, I don't remember. I don't remember a lot of things that happened to me. But I think I've done some. Maybe. I remember one. And I liked her. And I stuck around for a while. And I have done some, I have waited for some that I never stuck around for. Just being honest. I mean, I know that's not you. I don't like to hear that stuff because, especially if it happened to you, you're gonna be offended. I'm not saying that to offend you. What they want is one they stay loyal to and who they consider so they don't hurt. Yeah. But when you buy the toy, it feels better when it being given. But yeah, but seriously, when you didn't sleep with him too early. So don't punish yourself for thinking that you did the wrong thing. I get it because we all have hormones. Because I think, listen, a next honest thingy. I think men sometimes get confused that women should be the one who hold out because their value is higher. And we think we don't have to hold out because we ain't shit anyways. Right? And so a man will blame you for giving it up too early. There is no such thing as giving it up too early or too late. It's just you are a consenting adult. And you feel like doing it, do it. There's no wrong or right time. If somebody don't want you, any time is wrong. If a person don't like you, anything is wrong. Can I ask you a question? Let me ask you a question. You ever met a person that you liked? Seriously, you ever met a person that you really liked? That you really, really liked? And maybe you are gonna be shallow. Because I can see some shallowness coming. But just be honest, okay? Don't lie to me. Because I ain't lying to you guys. You ever met somebody that you really liked? But then when they put their things inside of you, it wasn't that great? Did you still stay around? Did you stick around still? Or did you leave? Thank you, goddess. What did you do? Did you stick around or did you leave? With amnesia. Yes and yes. You stuck. Which one? You stuck around and left? You left? Lord have mercy. Boy. And you liked them a lot? Oof. Stayed cool. You left and boy, you are a heartless too. Stayed for a little. Hey, you are a cold, man. Like someone, but it's different how we do whatever it is. Someone. Listen, man. Boy, you are stuck around. You are some cold people, man. You are cold. You are cold. It ain't love. Like for real. Jawayne, what good, brother? How we doing? I should leave. They were cheating the whole. Oh damn. Well, that's a whole different story. They're still cool, but the affection isn't there. So boy, so one bad sex moment ruined their relationship. Huh? Is that how y'all think? Shoot. You were disappointed? Oh my God. I think when there's good connection, but I never understand what makes sex bad. But I think I thought when there was good connections, sex feels better. Don't it? Sometimes I didn't have to work today. I was happy. Hey, good stuff, man. Good. Sex isn't always gonna be perfect. We learn together. Yeah, indeed. I just thought that, boy, y'all cold. Y'all some cold folks. Oh, it's cold. It just got cold in here. Bad connection, easy to leave. I was friends for 6 years before it happened. Okay. Get out while it's early. Hey, listen, man. But to be honest though, and sometimes that's probably why men leave too. I remember I told this lady once, being honest, I told this lady once, I said, man, that's and this was in my harsh days. This was in my raggedy days. I told her, I said, man, your sex is trash. But later on, as I was like, damn, I was mean as hell. I said, your sex is just so boring. But then again, it was because when you compare, it ruins the moment. When you compare, listen, when you compare stuff, it ruins the moment, man. Yeah, 11 goddess. When you compare, it ruins the moment. You know what I had to learn? Let me tell you what I had to learn being married. And I had a bad past. I had a very bad past. And my past was terrible. right? And I know some of you all know because I say it many times, and not that I'm not ashamed and I'm not proud. I'm just being honest. I had a very terrible past. Now, in my past, what I have done, I have blocked a lot of things out because I don't remember. I don't know how many people I've been with. I don't remember. I don't care to remember. Right? I don't want to remember. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Right? So I ask myself, how many people? Ah, never mind. I don't want to know. Right? Because it doesn't matter to me. But here's the thing I had to learn, especially when I got married, was to, hey, you have to get that shit out because you're gonna compare your wife to everybody. And cause listen, when in my regular days, I had some things, man. I had some experiences that was ridiculous. I don't know what, but what were you doing? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I don't understand. Like, what did you just do? Right? You ever ask somebody, what did you just do? I don't understand it. How did you learn that? You know what I mean? I'm just being honest. Don't hate me for being honest. Yeah, yeah, Miranda. And so I'm like, oh shoot. Blew my effing mind out. I have to talk and let them know what you like and vice versa. That is true. And so I realized I had to block those things out because I would always compare who I'm with. So I had to stop. I'm like, hey, cut that shit off. Turn that shit off. Turn it off. And I think I blocked out a lot of things because, whew, I lived a good life. Hey, Robbie, I mean, not saying that was why it was good, but I lived a very fulfilling life. That's why I'm fulfilled now. It's, guys, I'm just saying. You know what I mean? So comparing your partners to porn. Yeah, man. I had to turn them things off because it's wrong to compare your partner from the last. I don't remember anything from. I remember some things, but not nothing that makes me do anything, right? But I remember, but not a lot. I think when I got blown up in Iraq, it shifted my mind and it shifted my brain, so I forget things very quickly, and so I don't really hold memories. And I praise God because it's a blessing to be blown up in Iraq, because my brain shifted. I don't remember much, and so if it happened today, I forgot it by tomorrow, and it's a blessing. And so if I want to remember, I have to be there, I have to be present, and I have to put my mind there. That's how I remember things, right? Because I have to do it intentionally. So now if I don't want to remember it, I just live my life and it's a blessing. And so now I don't remember much. I don't want to remember much. A blessing. It's a blessing in disguise. I used to hate it. And I think again that was the cause. I think that was the major cause of my divorce, my first divorce. Well, I only divorced once. That was the major cause. I forgot everything. Yeah, yeah, Jamisha. I forgot everything. And so my ex-wife was like, you don't love me and you don't like me and you forget everything, you don't care. I'm like, what are you talking about? When did this happen? Then the next day she said some things to me. I said, what? When did you plan this? You don't care. We talked about this yesterday. When? You playing. And so the next day she will come back again. Kirk, so what are you talking about? Kirk, are you playing with me? Why are you playing with me? Why are you acting like you don't care? I'm not care about what? What are you saying? And so I begin to think that she was effing with me to start fights. So I'm like, you tripping. I said, you want to argue, don't you? She's like, you always forget because you don't care. Care about what? I'm here. What are you talking about? So we begin to argue. And then I forget the trips that we were supposed to be on. I planned a vacation and I forgot it. I planned a surprise trip. I forgot it. So I wasted money. I planned another trip. I forgot it. I said, what the hell is going on with me? I said, maybe I'm just getting old. And so we planned to do this and I forgot. And she's like, Kirk, remember when, are you dressed? Dressed to go where? Kirk, what are you talking about? Are you dressed? I'm coming home. Where are we going? She couldn't take it. She couldn't. It's not funny, by the way. But I didn't realize something was wrong. It wasn't caused by stress. It was caused from getting blown up in Iraq. So I'm diagnosed with traumatic brain injury. So when I got blown up in Iraq, my brain shift. And when your brain shift, it messes with your memory. And so I was diagnosed with that nonsense, right? And on top of that, I had anxiety disorder and PTSD. So you talk about you remember the movie 50 First Dates? You remember the movie? Needed counseling. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Y'all remember the movie 50 First Dates? When every day he had to remind her who she was? Boy, that movie, I loved it because, Lord, I forgot everything. Everything. I still do, by the way. I still do. And I don't mind it. 10 seconds. Right. Yeah, the 10 seconds dude. Is she aware of this now? I think she is. But we're friends now. Well, I should have been by your side through that period. And she was. She just didn't. I didn't never realize. She did. But remember, at those times, we didn't know how PTSD and all them things happen. I didn't know how it worked. So I just thought maybe I. So she thought I didn't care. And I thought maybe I'm tripping. Maybe you playing games with me because you telling me I forgot, but you never told me. So I know you playing games just to start an argument. So I thought she was playing. So, and she thought I was playing. So I'm like, oh, shoot. We both playing because this ain't right. Now, I like to forget. I don't mind forgetting. Okay, so I'm not the same anymore. I'm a lot better now. But the things that I forget, I don't mind. I might have to ask you a couple times, when's your birthday again? Wait, did I ask you when is your birthday? Yes, you did. Sometimes I ask my wife, did I ask you just now what? Yes, you asked me. What did you say? Right? But she knows it. I mean, she because sometimes I ask her a question, right? And bam! Wait, did I just ask you a question? Yes, Kirk, you just did. What did I ask you? Just like when I do hair. Wait, I do it here. Don't I do it here? I do it here all the time, don't I? I'll be like, wait, what did I just say? Tell me again what I just said. I'm not tripping. I don't mind. I'm not ashamed. It is what it is. Do men have a conscience when they treat a good woman bad? I don't know what a good woman is. I don't, I don't know what a good woman is. I don't know what a good woman is. A good woman, bad. A good woman will leave if she's treated bad. I mean, right? I mean, if you're a good woman and you've been treated bad, it's a different frequency from who you are. So leave. Go. Man, shit. Listen. Ain't nobody care about what's a good woman and a good man. Because we both get abused. Good men get abused. Good women get abused. Right? I mean, we all get abused. And so, if I'm a good man and I see that you're abusing me, I'm gone. Shit, to hell with you anyways. I'm done. Because you don't get to keep doing that to me. I'm sorry. You don't get to keep playing games with me. I realize, you're playing games. All right. And so, if I'm a good man, I leave. Because you can't depend on somebody else to tell you when enough is enough. You got to know when it's enough. To be an awesome, wonderful blessing to the people. Thank you so much, boss lady. Thank you. That means a lot. Understand? Yes, Kia. She sure does. She sure does. But yeah, you can't. You can't. Shoot. And so you have to put that's why boundaries is necessary. You have to have boundaries, man. Hey, no, I'm not doing it. No, you don't like me. Anyways, I have to go get these little bad kids, okay? You'll have a blessed day. Thank you for coming and for staying and for talking. I gotta go. I had to go 30 minutes ago, but I gotta pick them up, chokers up. And then I have to go to a meeting. God dang it.